Hello and welcome back to WePC. While Razer might be better known for its hugely impressive array of gaming mice, they're still one of the biggest names in the game when it comes to headsets. Not many can say they haven't seen the iconic original green Razer Kraken headset. In today's video, we will be taking a closer look at one of their most popular gaming headsets, the Razer Kraken Tournament Edition. It comes to the table boasting an array of cool features that includes THX surround sound, game chat balance controls, retractable microphone, and much more. So with all that in mind, let's waste no further time and get straight into it. Setting up the Razer Kraken Tournament Edition certainly wasn't as easy as the Kraken X's were. Thanks to the addition of a feature-packed USB dongle, you can't just plug this headset in and start popping heads. There are a few extra steps required to utilize this headset to its full potential. Now, for users who require plug and play, you can discard the USB dongle and just use the 3.5mm audio cable in your chosen device. Then again, if that's the case, you probably wouldn't buy this headset. To utilize all the features this headset has to offer, you will need to download and install the Razer Synapse software suite. And after doing so, you'll have access to EQ controls, THX surround sound, microphone tweaks, and more. First, we're going to look at the design, and as you expect, the Tournament Edition keeps all of the Kraken family design traits we've seen across so many of their iterations in the past. The Krakens still look fairly gamey, but they're not as obnoxious as most of the headsets in the market. The Kraken TEs are equipped with two large circular closed back ear cups that encase your ears in their entirety, and the ear pad lining is a combination of premium feeling materials that offers superb comfort and durability. Faux leather can be found on the outside of the ear pads for styling purposes, whilst a soft, breathable fabric is used on the inside area that directly touches the face. Memory foam is the prominent material used for the padding itself, with a cooling gel layer on the top to ensure things don't get too sweaty. The headset feels very well made and offers a mixture of hardy materials that include both plastic and steel. The headset comes in a couple of different color variations, obviously the main one being neon green. While Razer hasn't gone overkill with the branding here, their logo is still subtly embossed in both ear cups and across the headband. The ear cups, while made of plastic, do have their steel mesh outer layer. Looks cool, feels very sturdy, and the headband itself, like most of today's offerings, comes with an adjustable mechanism, giving around 30mm of extra headspace for those who need it. Fortunately, I'm not one of them. The microphone is fully retractable, slender in design, and almost identical to other Kraken models. While there are no volume controls attached to the headset itself, you do have inline controls on the cable for the on-the-fly changes you might need to make. Furthermore, the USB dongle offers a whole bunch of additional extras that we'll touch upon shortly. Build quality isn't something Razer is particularly known for. However, on first impressions, I do feel that the Tournament Edition headset may be starting to break that age-old trend. The first thing I noticed about this headset upon unboxing was just how sturdy it is. It actually feels like it, and you can tell straight away that there is a major step up from their Kraken X headset. Quality materials are just used throughout, with metal being preferred to the more vulnerable areas of the headset, like the headband. And speaking of which, the adjustable mechanism is definitely on the stiff side, but in a good way, making me assume that it will probably stand the test of time. These ear cups feel very well made, and in no doubt I could handle them in a couple of excessive rage quits, to say the least. On a less positive note, however, the ear cup lining I believe is non-replaceable and could be an area of concern in months to come. It feels a little bit flimsy and could start to come away from its housing, although with extremely flexible microphones such as this one, I've found they start to go after a year or two, so the microphone might be an issue at all. We can't make assumptions based on it, obviously it depends on how you use it and what you're doing, but that's how it just is. Comfort is something that Razer has massively excelled over the years, and these Kraken headsets come with an extremely comfortable design that should suit most head and ear sizes. The ear cup padding offers decent levels of comfort and comes with a cooling gel to reduce the temperature around the ears, so if you get sweaty ears, these are the ones for you. The headband doesn't apply too much weight on the neck or head, making those long gaming sessions much more enjoyable thanks to the memory foam on the underside. And while the headset does apply a little bit of pressure around the ears, mainly to encourage better levels of immersion, it isn't overpowering or obvious. Now with the design out of the way, it's time to see how the Razer Kraken Tournament Edition performs in a number of different games and entertainment scenarios. The following tests we've done with a flat EQ in the Razer Synapse, and any tweaks made to the sound using the controller will be referenced. So let's start with the positives when trying them out with music. First off the bat, you could tell that the sound profile was going to be slightly bass heavy, and that bass sounded fairly prominent in all genres I listened to. It gave a nice boomy characteristic, especially when cranked up. When I used the bass booster on the dongle especially, that bass really came through. However, that's pretty much where the positives end from a music standpoint. The highs tend to sound on the more gritty side with an enhanced sound that did sound a little bit too sharp as far as the mix was concerned. And the mids seemed pretty non-existent for the most part. I did try using the THX surround sound feature, but as you'd expect, the sound just became extremely muddy and confused. That was pretty much the feeling across most of the musical genres. Razer has never been amazing at creating headsets for music, so when I listened to the Kraken Tournament Edition, I wasn't exactly surprised by the quality whilst listening to the music. Albeit instead, I still had a little bit of hope for this headset from a gaming standpoint. So I fired up Warzone and I was absolutely blown away. The bass once again was fairly prominent, however those gritty highs didn't sound overly appealing in the music, but they really came into their own during the gaming sessions. Having that sharp high frequency allows you to pick out the footsteps and the gunfire with ease. And that's important during those 2v1 scenarios in the final circle when audio cues are key. I tried the THX surround sound in game and unlike the music, it did actually offer some positive feedback. Now what I mean by that is you could tell where enemies were coming from slightly better than I could when I wasn't using it. However, if you want that immersion from your gaming experience, it isn't probably the way to go. With the last Razer headset we reviewed, the Kraken X, the unidirectional microphone is fairly basic. It does the job well, but it's not going to blow you away. It is fully retractable and it sits in a little recess in the left ear cup. The microphone is extremely flexible and comes housed in a rubberized material that, while not overly robust, seems fit for purpose. In comparison, I thought this microphone did a pretty good job overall. It sounded clear, it had balanced sound, and while it does lack a little in the bass department compared to other mid-range headsets, it offered up excellent clarity and crispness throughout the gaming session. On the downside, it was very sensitive to ambient noises and breathing. It especially picked up my mechanical keyboard, to my teammates' annoyance, while in Discord. Thankfully, there are a number of different tweaks you can access inside the Razer Synapse software suite, which can be used to fine-tune the microphone's output. Let's talk about one of the biggest selling points this headset has to offer, the USB controller. Now, we've tested a few headsets in the past that offer controllers, the most popular being the SteelSeries Arctic Pro and its Game DAC, and 9 times out of 10, it's an excellent feature to have. And these Krakens offer a fairly advanced controller which allows users to change and toggle settings on the fly. It comes equipped with those volume controls that you desperately need, a mute microphone button, bass controls, THX surround sound, a toggle button, game chat balance, and so much more. The bass controls are pretty easy to get your head around. On the controller, you have a smaller clicker that enhances or decreases the bass. However, if you want a little bit more immersion while you game or watch a film, crank the bass up by clicking through the available adjustments. Finally, we have the game chat balance. This is an extremely handy feature to have and one that I've used all of the time when gaming. The controls let you alter the balance between incoming chat and in-game volume to find the perfect balance for you. If your teammates are being ridiculously loud and annoying and just keep going on about their TikToks during your 5v1 search and destroy clutch on Modern Warfare, simply mute them and go and win the round. So there you have it, our comprehensive review of the Razer Kraken Tournament Edition gaming headset. Right now, this headset comes to shelves around $100, which immediately puts it into an incredibly competitive price pool. And as far as sound goes, I'm hard pressed to actually recommend these for anyone who wants a headset for anything other than gaming. If you're already a huge fan of Razer, you want a comfortable headset that provides good in-game sound cues, a great microphone, and excellent build quality, then this could be what you're looking for. Thank you for watching, and as always, links to the products will be in the description below, as well as links to a bunch of other stuff. If you like what you see, And I'm not just talking about me, why not consider subscribing to WePC?